why you think it's possible that it came from some other intelligent civilization.
Right. So I'm a scientist, and I basically follow the evidence, just like Sherlock Holmes, trying to find solutions. It's a detective story. You have some anomalies, some things that don't quite match what you expected, and you're trying to find an explanation.
Launched in 1977, NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft has been on a mission to explore the outer reaches of our solar system and beyond. Over the years, this pioneering spacecraft has traveled farther from Earth than any other human-made object in history. At the time of its launch, its primary mission was to explore the outer planets, Jupiter and Saturn, giving humanity its first close-up views of these gas giants. But over time, its mission evolved as it continued its journey through the solar system, passing beyond the reach of the Sun's gravitational pull. Now, more than 45 years later, Voyager 1 is venturing into interstellar space. At a distance of over 15 billion miles from Earth, it remains operational, transmitting data back to Earth. However, in late 2024, something extraordinary happened. The spacecraft sent back a signal unlike anything scientists had expected, a transmission so unique that it may not be just a technical anomaly, but a harbinger of a new era in space exploration. This mysterious transmission from Voyager 1 has sparked intense curiosity and speculation among scientists and the public alike. The anomalous transmission, an unexpected turn, the Voyager. One anomaly began as an ordinary event. As part of routine maintenance, engineers at NASA activated a heater on the spacecraft's electronics. However, shortly after this action, something unexpected occurred. Voyager 1 switched from its primary X-band communication transmitter to the weaker S-band transmitter, a system it had not used since 1981. This switch caused an immediate disruption in the communication system, rendering the spacecraft's data and health status unreadable for a period. The S-band transmitter, while capable of sending data, is significantly less powerful than the X-band system. The result was a temporary loss of connection, and engineers feared they would not be able to communicate with Voyager 1 again. But after a series of checks and troubleshooting, the team was able to re-establish a stable connection. The transmission that followed, however, wasn't just a simple check-in signal. It was something far more intriguing. In fact, the signal transmitted after the S-band switch was discovered to contain a series of structured patterns that seemed entirely out of place in a routine transmission. Initially dismissed as a technical glitch, further analysis revealed something far more complex. The signal wasn't random at all. It had an intricate mathematical structure that suggested a form of communication that scientists were not prepared to decipher. Decoding the signal. The quantum puzzle. The first step in decoding the anomalous signal involved comparing it with the spacecraft's regular communication protocols. Standard transmissions from Voyager 1 contain basic telemetry data: the spacecraft's health, its position in space, and other technical information. But the most recent signal was different. There were patterns in the data that suggested a far deeper level of encoding. The signal seemed to be constructed in layers, almost as though it were designed to be decrypted, much like a coded message. What intrigued scientists most was the apparent use of quantum-based properties in the transmission. After initial analysis, it became clear that the signal exhibited characteristics that could potentially be linked to quantum entanglement, a phenomenon in which two particles become linked in such a way that the state of one instantly affects the other, regardless of distance. Could Voyager 1, traveling through deep space, have somehow transmitted a quantum message? This question led researchers to explore the possibility that the signal was not just a random anomaly, but a purposeful transmission. With this in mind, NASA enlisted the help of quantum computing experts to aid in the signal's analysis. Using advanced quantum decryption algorithms, researchers worked tirelessly to break down the complex structure of the transmission. What they discovered was astonishing. Embedded within the signal was a series of binary codes and mathematical sequences that appeared to be non-random. Furthermore, these sequences included data points that corresponded to specific coordinates in space, but not within our solar system. The coordinates, a map beyond our solar system. The most startling discovery in the signal was the inclusion of coordinates that did not correspond to any known star system or planetary body in our immediate galactic neighborhood. The coordinates pointed toward a region of space that had been largely unexplored and previously thought to be devoid of any significant cosmic activity. This region was located far beyond the known boundaries of the Milky Way, in a sector of the universe previously dismissed as dead space. However, the coordinates did not simply provide a location in physical space. The signal also contained an overlay of dimensional data, information about the nature of space itself. This was not just a geographical map, but a blueprint that appeared to suggest the existence of multiple dimensions or even alternate realities. The overlay used complex geometric patterns, which some theorists speculated could be describing a gateway to another dimension or even a multiverse. As if this weren't enough, the signal was accompanied by additional data that seemed to describe an interaction with something far more complex than ordinary space. Some researchers began to suggest that this could be evidence of a higher dimensional structure or a computational boundary, a concept borrowed from theoretical physics and the simulation hypothesis. In other words, the signal might not be a simple message from an alien civilization, but rather an encrypted message from an advanced artificial intelligence or even an unknown entity existing within a higher dimensional space. Speculations and theories. The nature of the signal. With the signal's unexpected and sophisticated features, numerous theories emerged as to its origin. Some researchers posited that it could be a signal from an extraterrestrial intelligence, while others considered the possibility of communication with an artificial intelligence far beyond human capabilities. Below are some of the leading theories. Alien intelligence. One of the most widely speculated origins of the signal is that it comes from an extraterrestrial intelligence. The structure of the message, its use of complex mathematical patterns and multidimensional data, could suggest that it is the product of a civilization with advanced technological capabilities, potentially far more advanced than humanity's own. Some researchers believe that the coordinates embedded within the signal might be pointing to the location of an alien species or a habitable exoplanet. Artificial intelligence beyond human understanding. Another theory suggests that the signal could be the work of an advanced artificial intelligence, one that has evolved far beyond current human technology. In this scenario, the signal could be an attempt by this AI to communicate with humanity, or perhaps an invitation to explore and engage with it. This theory is rooted in the concept that future AI could achieve a form of sentience and develop methods of communication that are not immediately comprehensible to humans. Multiverse communication. A more speculative idea is that the signal originates from a parallel universe or a multiverse. The idea of the multiverse, an infinite number of parallel realities, is a popular theory in theoretical physics, and some have suggested that the coordinates in the signal point to a place outside of our known reality. According to this theory, the signal could be a form of communication from an entity in a different universe, or it could be an attempt to communicate across the boundaries of multiple universes. Simulation. Hypothesis. The most unconventional theory suggests that the signal is evidence that our reality is a simulation, a computer-generated construct, and that the message is a system-level notification, a form of debugging or communication from the creators of the simulation. According to this theory, the universe might be a massive computational structure, and Voyager 1's signal could be a message from the system itself, alerting humanity to the nature of their existence. These theories, though speculative, highlight the profound implications of the Voyager 1 signal. What is clear is that the nature of the transmission challenges our conventional understanding of space, time, and the universe itself. Public reaction, a global sensation. As word spread about the mysterious signal, the public became captivated by the possibility of extraterrestrial life or higher dimensional intelligence making contact with humanity. News outlets around the world reported on the story, and social media exploded with theories about the potential meaning of the transmission. From alien conspiracies to discussions about the simulation hypothesis, the signal sparked an unprecedented level of public engagement in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI. Scientists, however, urged caution. While the signal was undeniably intriguing, they emphasized the need for rigorous analysis and skepticism. NASA's scientists and their collaborators worked around the clock to validate their findings and ensure that the signal was not simply a technical error or a misinterpretation of the data. They continued to stress the importance of scientific integrity and the need to avoid jumping to conclusions before all the data was analyzed. The road ahead, investigating the unknown. As Voyager 1 continues its journey into the deep void of interstellar space, the mystery of its quantum signal remains unsolved. While the spacecraft is far beyond the reach of current human spacefaring capabilities, its mission has not ended. In fact, it may be just beginning. Scientists are continuing to analyze the data from the anomalous signal, and some researchers are exploring the possibility of sending a return signal, though the chances of successful communication are slim due to the vast distances involved. The signal from Voyager 1 has reignited interest in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence and in the mysteries of space. It has also raised questions about the nature of reality itself. If the transmission is indeed a message, then what is the message trying to tell us, and who or what sent it? Conclusion: the future of exploration. Voyager 1's signal is not just an anomaly, it is a window into the unknown. Whether the transmission comes from an advanced civilization, an artificial intelligence, or an entirely new dimension, it is a reminder that space is full of mysteries yet to be uncovered. The scientific community remains dedicated to understanding the nature of this signal, and the search for answers is only beginning. As humanity's reach extends further into space, the possibility of making contact with something beyond our understanding becomes more real. Whether the signal from Voyager 1 is a message from an alien civilization, a sign of advanced AI, or something even more profound, it marks a pivotal moment in human space exploration. It is a signal not just from Voyager 1, but from the cosmos itself, a reminder of the boundless curiosity that drives us to explore the universe, no matter how distant or mysterious it may be.